And it's Monday. You already know we at work decided to hop on, chop it up with individuals. Equals the talk of the town is going down. The word on the curve. You heard me. Let me just set this up real quick. Alrighty. Now, for those who are curious, I did drop a video on this channel, right? A new G series. I finally uploaded it. Yeah, I liked it. The editing process was giving me some shit. So I decided to split it into two different videos. The other one was just I just made some changes, right? To the video. I thought maybe a two-part video would be better, considering some of the neighborhoods are borderline, you know, two different cities, kind of, right? They're in the borderline, so you could take it for either side of the tracks. And since the video was already long as it was already getting long as it is, I didn't want to make it too long. So I was like, okay, I'll just split it into two parts. Considering that the cities over here are very close together, they're like the cities aren't that large. You have all these smaller cities. Like on a bike, you can literally bike it and you would pass like four different cities within just like a 30-minute bike ride. Maybe less. So that gives you an idea of how small. But even though they're small, the cities over here are compact, right? So a lot of people living in a small area. It's like sardines. So people always seem to not fully grasp how many people there is in Southern California. Like there is all kinds of people down here. People think I'd be exaggerating numbers, and it's like, no, there's a lot, bro, a lot. There's like no open land and fields like in other areas where it's like one home, and then you get like open land and then another home, right? It's just like a bunch of apartments right next to each other. Apartments and projects everywhere. That's why the traffic is so horrible. See the homie texting me. I'll get back at him when I'm done. Yeah, so that is the video that's out. So finally out, and at least now that because I split it into two different videos, at least the next video won't take that long for it to come out. Considering that I'm already like halfway done with that one. That's how long this one was gonna be. If I would have kept it in one whole video, this video probably would have been like fucking an hour long. And I just felt like that was too long. That's why when I say there's a lot of neighborhoods, I truly mean there's a lot of neighborhoods. Like I'm not just exaggerating. That is real facts. So we have that. Mr. Pasa is definitely up in the casa for the raza. ¿Qué onda, carnal? ¿Qué es la buena vida? A toda madre o un desmadre. Ya sabes, aquí nomás. Rifando. Ah. Cálmate, super cholo. Ah. Nintendo and the other gaming companies got greedier. Nintendo's always kind of been like that. Nintendo have always been, greedy bastards. They do not fuck around when it comes to their fucking creations. They make sure of that. They don't play that game. Some of these other gaming companies, they're a little bit. I mean, they're greedy too, right? But they're more lenient on stuff, right? They're willing to play ball with some stuff, but Nintendo's not willing to play ball with nobody, bro. They will not let you use their material. Oh yeah. No, yeah, that's like Sony. Sony more. I would say PlayStation, obviously Sony, and uh, now I feel like Sony's probably the worst one though, because even Xbox is bad, but not as bad as Sony though. Sony's outrageous, bro. Yeah, you gotta buy levels, you gotta buy characters. I mean, you're spending fucking like when it first comes out, the game is easily gonna cost you like a good 70 something bucks, right? 80, up to $80 for the game. So that's a lot of cheddar, right? And just to find out that you still have to buy characters, you have to buy the weapons, you have to buy the levels, and then it's not fun like that too either. Like let's say if you're playing online, because there's people that could just like pay to make their character better, right? So it just depends who has bigger pockets. So it's not about who's actually the skill in it, right? I know my son's always be asking me for like, what's that shit called? V bucks or whatever the fuck. Like V bucks for what? So also a new character. Like, more? You still gotta buy the characters more? What a tripper. And you can tell that they're so money hungry though, because the characters won't even have absolutely nothing to do with the game, right? But they just throw them out there like you're playing Call of Duty, but yet they add characters like Snoop Dogg and and like Messi and fucking LeBron, and it's like, what the fuck does this got anything to do with anything, right? Like for example, one of the most fucking cash grabbing, no shame, bullshit decisions that I have seen. I got the game Undisputed, the boxing. It's a boxing game that's supposed to have, all the best boxers that have ever boxed. We're talking, Manny Pacquiao, Muhammad Ali, Canelo, so, the best boxers, pues, supposedly, right? That's what the game was. But it was still missing a lot of great boxers are not in there, right? Like Oscar De La Hoya, Triple G, Cotto, Gotti, fucking Floyd Mayweather, right? Mike Tyson. So there's still a lot of boxers missing. But you know who isn't missing, and they added in the game but you gotta buy him? Jake Paul. Like Jake Paul? What? How the fuck did Jake Paul make the roster? And we ain't got no Triple G, no Oscar De La Hoya, no Mike Tyson, but we got Jake Paul, bro. That motherfucker shouldn't be in that game. If you're gonna put him in the game, then you gotta put fucking Charlie Zellner or whatever the fuck his name is, the one that got beat up by what did he get beat up by? Fury, Waller, somebody. Like, bro, they really had it that food today, and you gotta pay to get him, like, like, some mamada. That's how you know that, like, where the gaming mentality is just down the drain, though. Like, they don't give a fuck. What's cracking like in Dashboard? What's good, my boy? Damn, it's been a minute, homie. Hey, good to see you back. How you been? Haven't seen you in a cool minute. Now, when I was growing up, Nintendo cared about the customer and provided. No, I know, but I'm saying that when it comes to like their like games, they were a little bit more expensive than the other consoles, though. Like Sega was cheaper. Nintendo's. You always had to pay more for Nintendo. But yeah, you did get your stuff at least, right? And it was good quality. So it's not like you were getting like trash shit. But they could have they could have eased the price up a little bit, but it is what it is. Yeah, but back in our day, it was good, bro. You buy the game, and to get characters, you had to pass the fucking game to unlock them, and you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you paid for it, so you should get everything that already comes with it. You know what I mean? If not, then what the fuck are we paying for? Shit, I agree 100. And that's like with every game now. Like, even the fighting was like you gotta buy the characters instead of unlocking them. You have to buy them. Like, it's crazy. Like, I got the Mortal Kombat game because I seen that it had a fucking the cop from Terminator and fucking Ghostface from the Scream movies, whatever. So I was like, all right, then shit will be dope. I get the game. It was expensive as fuck, and then to come out that I still have to I have to buy those characters. Like, what the madre? Then what the fuck did I spend fucking $64 on? That's crazy. I came from India last week. And DVDs on the stores all that much. Oh no, yeah, it's because that's everything's streaming now. Everything's going directly streaming. So yeah, you're not gonna see no more like DVDs and shit like that. This is more efficient. People love to stream. It's a lot easier. It's more convenient, and you don't have to spend money on all what it was to get the disc, the fucking case, packaging, the fucking paper. They make it look. That's all money you have to spend. These companies had to spend, right? They had to buy, get the CDs, fucking get the cases. So like this, they're just they're saving all kinds of feria. Even like before, when we used to sell like music at the back of the trunk, we would have to buy the CDs and burn the music, and we would have to buy the cases. So that was all money that we had to spend, bro. Right? So, I know a little bit about something, a little bit about that, right? Yeah, if we were able to stream, shit, we would have done that back then. It would have been a lot better. You know, would have saved some money. I got a little sick. Oh, all right, all right. Probably the difference in climate and weather in the air. Retro gaming stores will change more. Just a classic game. Oh yeah, that's one thing that they'll always have: nostalgia. Nostalgia will still get you money. You know what I mean? Plus, I didn't have a break in the middle. I had to go to college. Oh damn! Like, so, right when you got back, it was like right back to it, huh? Hey, it's gotta do what you gotta do. Ice behind you, bro. Ice? Nah, I'm cool. It's kind of chilly, anyways. It's not hot. Thank you. Oh, I don't know. I can't read English. I don't know what that says. What are your thoughts on people who get movies for free? What are your thoughts on people who get movies for free? Oh, like illegally? Look, here's the thing. Yeah, it's against the law. Yeah, you're screwing people out of their money and stuff like that. Hey, it's a doggy dog game, bro. I mean, if you're able to get it, you're able to get it, bro. I'm not telling you should or whatever, but because I'm not gonna tell people what they can and can't do. I mean, I would. You know what I mean? Hey, sometimes the broke man needs a little, W, bro, a little help. I don't got money like that. So if I could save some money right here, shit, why not? It's not gonna hurt them. They still got it good. I still like to own DVDs, CDs. Yeah, I'm the same way too. I like holding physical copies. I'm a person that's like that too. I prefer that. right? The actual um, product, right? Hits different. So I feel you 100 on that. I'm old school. Do you want a 500 donation? Do I want a 500 donation? No, I'm good. Donate it to charity. I don't need money like that, bro. Gracias, though I appreciate it. But it would be better if it goes to like some charity or some shit like that. What are your thoughts on some people who believe how Mexicans should be deported, even the ones with papers and the ones who were born? Yeah, you know what? There's gonna be people that are just gonna have that type of thinking. You know what I mean? And I feel sorry for them people though. You know, because they are really just stressing and putting so much effort. You know, to try to get in just for it not to even fix the problem that they concoct in their head. This illusion that somehow this is the answer. You know what I mean? They say that people are outraged because they're deporting. That it's just that we want all these illegals here, and it's like no, that's not what it is. You want to know? You want to know what the sad part is? Obama, the leftist president, the leftist king president of all presidents of the left. Yes, that Obama deported more people than any other fucking president. Trump is not even close to reaching the numbers of people that Obama deported. Okay? Not even close to reaching those numbers. Yet when Obama was doing it, you didn't see nobody protesting and getting mad and shit like that. You want to know why? Because Obama did it the right way. He did it by the book. He didn't break the law. It's not that people are mad that Trump is targeting and deporting. It's how he's going about it. The way he's doing it. Not because he's doing it. You know what I'm saying? And why you wouldn't hear about all these scandals when Obama was doing it um, is because, like I said, it wasn't fueled by hatred and negativity and anger. You know what I mean? Because when you're the commanding chief, the president, when you're the president of the United States, and you have these people that, you're their boss, right? Like, let's say law enforcement, right? So to some of them, what the president says means a lot to them, right? So if the president's telling them that, hey, they get to do this and that, and they could do it however the fuck they want, and who cares? Oh, of course they're gonna do it, bro. Of course they're gonna do it. You know what I mean? Because they think that they're in the right then. Like, for example, like what happened to that female in Minnesota. Um, like when I was asked, like, who do I think is to blame for that fucking shooting and stuff like that? And I would say, look, well, both parties were at fault there. You know what I mean? Them for antagonizing the ICE, officers or whatever the fuck, right? Because if they would have just mind their own business, this shit wouldn't have happened, right? But don't get it twisted. That officer shouldn't have killed her or not even shoot at her because she was not fucking trying to hit him. She was not trying to hurt him. She was literally trying to fucking, get away, you know? And then when people say, no, that's not true, he could have hurt her with his car, whatever. Bro, they had the fucking, did you not watch the video of his fucking camera? Bro literally called her a bitch right after he smoked her. Does that sound like somebody that was in fear for his life? No, that sounds like somebody that was mad and wanted payback, revenge. You know what I mean? Like, how could you watch that and hear him say, that's what you get, you dumb bitch, and still feel like he was in the right? You know what I mean? Hey, both sides' egos got the best of them, and tragedy happens when that happens. You know what I mean? Like, it blows my mind how MAGA it's so. It's like fuck. It's like they don't even try to actually research or actually learn, right? It's like when Trump was hitting the fields and deporting all these farm workers, right? And it was The first time ever where Trump actually said he was going to back off from targeting the the produce and farm, industry, because yes, they were losing a lot of money, meaning America. Like no shit, Sherlock. What did you think was going to happen? Who's gonna be out there fucking picking all those fruits and all that? All these motherfuckers over here bitching about how people are stealing their jobs. They're not willing to do those kind of jobs because those kind of jobs don't pay well. These motherfuckers want to get paid well and not work that much. And that kind of work, ¿sabes qué? You gotta get your hands dirty. Not that much pay. So that's why they're not willing to work there. These motherfucking jobs were struggling. These companies were struggling. That's what I'm telling you. I even had seen people put the reason why they hate these immigrants and they want them all deported because that they come over here and that the companies that they hire these people and are able to pay them less money because they'll work cheaper, so they pay them less, so they get these people lose their jobs because they're paying these guys less money, right? And it's like, then shouldn't you be mad at the fucking companies, not the fucking what? Like, how is that their fault? Shouldn't you be mad at the companies then for being greedy? You fucking dumbs. They want to cast the blame on these. Yeah, because they make the rules. It's a trip. He goes, dude, shut up. This is the only way to do it. Your people won't on their own. My people? Now they're my people? How are they my people? You know that immigration is it is not just a Mexican problem, right? They're targeting all kinds of different immigrants, Europeans, Asians. Like, it's not just Mexicans. I find it weird that people grab this topic and they made it an America versus Mexican problem when it's like, it's against immigration, meaning everyone, Jamaicans and Haitians and everything in between, not just Mexicans. You know what I mean? And that's the thing, though. That's not what's crippling America, though. These individuals not what's crippling America. Look, if you deport the working class, the working individuals that are actually working, despite what people want to say about them, oh, they don't pay their taxes. No, they're getting all this money. Look, whatever they're doing out here as their hustle, whether they sell food or oranges or whatever the fuck they do, but they're making money, right? Guess what? In order to keep their business running, they have to spend money, right? So they have to go out and spend money to buy more products to keep making more money. Not only that, but it's not like you can live in America for free. They still gotta fucking pay their rents, their bills, their water bills, electricity. That shit ain't free. You know what I mean? So guess what? Money's getting generated. They're going and spending money at these fucking stores and markets and paying these, their taxes when they're fucking, paying this and that. So money's getting generated. So now when you grab the working class and you take them out and you deport them, but the motherfuckers that are actually doing the crimes and all the negative shit are still there. They're still right there. Ain't nobody targeting them. Because these motherfuckers don't know where to find these people. They're going to where the working class is at, to where the people that are actually working and trying to just put food on the table, not the motherfuckers actually fucking this shit up. And sad to say, as much as people want to bitch and, yell all they want, guess what? These people that you think are these illegal gang members will guess what, bro? They're American citizens. They were born here. So, people are stupid. Don't get me wrong. You can have open borders. You just can't allow people to, hey, everyone come over here. You will fuck up your economy like that. This is true. No one's arguing that. No one's fucking complaining and protesting against that. You just can't have open borders. Because not even in Mexico, they just allow people to come in. They deport people in Mexico too. You know what I'm saying? And in order to become a citizen over there, you got to go through the proper channels, just like America. No fucking country just allows people to just and be like, hey, yeah, what's up, H? Because how everything is structured, you just can't do that no more. Can't have it like that. That is not what people are bitching. They're bitching about how they're going about the matters. You know? That's what it is. Mexican. Dice la migra. CDs and DVDs will eventually be worth more than. Yeah, for those who are collectors. Yeah, they do. If you don't take care of them, they do. Back in the Border Patrol wasn't anything. Except in San Diego, where I see. So basically, you can't stand that vato. You can't stand that vato. Tell them to fight me. Why would you want to fight them though? Like that would literally be a waste of time. They are not worth a fight. You know what I mean? Because you can fight them, but they're not going to change though. The Border Patrol. That's on people accusing you of being exposed to. I'm exposed to? Why was I didn't even know people were accusing me. I knew that some people had said that, right? I'm just like, what? What the fuck would I be exposed to? People are so fucking have some imaginations on them. Like we don't even share, not even close to the same, dialogue or speech pattern for that matter. R.I.P. EBK Rabbit. The rapper? SNYPC Northern Rider Conejo. The rapper? The Chicano rapper? From Harpies? Or what are you talking about? Cancer sucks. Yes, cancer does suck. Or are we talking about the black rapper? Isn't there a rapper named EBK or something like that? They say you hate Dubs so much you made the account exposed to talk about it. First of all, I don't hate Dubs. I don't hate Gunner. I simply speak the truth. That's it. And I have my own channel. If I wanted to tell these individuals something, I would just make a video on my channel and tell them. Why the fuck would I go and make another channel just to do that? That doesn't make any sense. Like there would be no reason for that though. Like I have, made videos addressing these individuals and spoke how my opinions on the matter, right? So why would I create a different channel just to do the very thing I did on my own channel? And like I said, I only make the videos because I'm asked by my subscribers, bro. I truly don't care what those individuals do with themselves. I don't. It is nothing to me. Like I'm not, my hours aren't getting cut or, like it doesn't affect me in any way, so I don't care. SNYPC YouTube in general. Do you think drug addicts is a real addiction, or they just weak-minded? Nah, there's no such thing as like somebody being like weak-minded. You know what I mean? That's just somebody. That's just people that say stuff like that just to try to belittle somebody. Try to like take a shot at them. That's the only reason why it's said. Like they're weak-minded, but that's not an actual thing, though. You know what I mean? But no, addiction is a real thing, though. That's because people don't know how to cope with their problems. They're trying to escape reality. That's the only reason why people, take substance. Makes them, feel better and not worry so much about life or whatever they have going on. Like there's some stuff that is very addicting, like prescription pills, heroin. As a matter of fact, heroin before that's what it was created for. Doctors used to prescribe heroin to people. They used to give shots of heroin to people, even kids, until they realized, hey, it's actually bad for you and it's very addicting. That's why they stopped doing it. Well, at least in the doctor's office, right? But the military, they were like, we can probably use this. Dun, dun, dun. World War II, look it up. Yes, your governments are the ones that created the stuff, not the bad guys in the streets. Dun, dun, dun. Do you like the movie American History X? It's all right. It's cool. I'm not so much of a fan of like those kind of movies, but yeah, it was so. It was cool. Like those movies, it's just like those like movies like that always just exaggerate the shit like to the max, like to the point where it's just it doesn't seem realistic at all. The British, the Chinese hooked on opium. Yeah. Hey, you got that problem here in America as well. Hey, them greedy chemists. Shit ain't no joke. The drug empire. Was Blood In, Blood Out based off a true story? No. No. It was just some guy's idea. No, but it's not based on a true story. That's how the British got. I like how you didn't read my comment out loud. Where? You had wrote a comment, bro? I didn't even see it. Sometimes it does that on the live. I don't know why. Shout out to Chicano Malo, though. Yeah, there's just sometimes that like I'll go back to the live, whatever, and then I'll see like what the hell. And when I was live, I wasn't able to see some of these comments. That's why I don't know why YouTube does it like that. It's because it gives you 3 different options right here when it comes to like seeing the chat, whatever. And sometimes I have to click from one to the other one, and I don't know why. I think it's stupid. Okay, now I see it. All right, I had to go to the other version of it. That is the most. Cholo, I ever seen in my life nothing wrong with that. Just he just likes to be idolized. Here, there was no Mexican. So do you think 200 years ago there was no Mexicans in America? Well, there was like, well, this was a part of Mexico, depending what we're talking about, like California. Like there's parts of America that were Mexico, but then these people are outraged that there's so many Mexicans here and the culture's rooted in here. Like, well, no shit, Sherlock, it used to be Mexico. It's kind of like if fucking China takes over America and then wonder why there's so many white people. Like, well, I don't know. It used to be America, no? The war, the war on drugs. Nicholas Lucy based on. Uh, I don't think that that's the angle that he was going with. Um, Even though there's similarities between the movies, right? Um, I don't think he that director was like aware of so much of that information, right? Because not even individuals in the streets, not just everybody was privileged back then with this type of information, and it wasn't shared so openly like it is now. A lot of gang movies like to do that though. They throw the white guy that plays in the Mexican role, right? Even in Colors, you see it happen in Colors, right? With the white guy with the orange hair, the one that just be nodding out. Fruit picker from. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my lunch break is over. We got to get back to it. It was good chopping it up with you guys, and we out.